Hey everyone, it's Jim News here. Just want to quickly go over the findings of the Arizona audit that was released yesterday, the report. Um, what's interesting is you're not really hearing anything about it on the mainstream news. It's not really surprising, actually. Um, so first you had Dr. Shiva. He did an hour presentation about matching matching the signatures with electronic technology. So check that out. Dr. Shiva at Arizona Senate hearing over 17,000 total duplicate ballots, votes by those who voted more than once. 1.5 times Biden's winning margin. So yeah, this is Arizona, this is Maricopa County, Arizona. There was 17,000 duplicate votes. So right there, if those were all Biden, then that obviously changes the whole election right there. That's just one part of it. Check that out. 17,000 votes duplicate, meaning you gotta toss those ones out. Now it's interesting. They didn't tell us who those 17,000 votes were for, but we could probably assume who they were for. Now, taking you over to some other numbers here. Let's see. I got some photos to share with you. Okay. This was the Cyber Ninjas. That was different than the Dr. Shiva team. So here's some findings. I'm going to read them. Official Canvas has 3,400 more ballots cast than the list of people who show as having cast a vote. 9,000 mail-in voters show returning more ballots than they were sent. So there's probably some overlap with that first 17,000. And actually, Dr. Shiva, he had other anomalies reported as well than just those 17,000 duplicates. 277 precincts show in the official canvas as having more ballots cast than people who showed up to vote. There are 2,400 ballots shown in EV 33 that don't have corresponding entries in the VM 55, and only 2,000 ballots show as rejected in the official canvas for discrepancy. Yeah, I'm not even sure what that means. It's just more baloney. Here's the one that really I wanted to draw your attention to. 255,000 early votes show in the VM55 that do not have a corresponding EV33 entry. So if I understand that, that means before they send out the ballots for the early voting, you got to have an EV33 entry. Well, they got 255,000 back that do not have a corresponding entry. That is massive. What else do we have? Okay, here's another one. Let's see. Let's break it down real quick. The top part talks about how the audit was conducted. Let's see. Here's another one. Over 23,000 voted by mail after moving after the October 5th cutoff. So those would technically not count. 300 dead people. It's not such a big deal, but you would think. Okay. So we're talking 255,000 votes returned without a corresponding entry, 17,000 duplicates, 23,000 voted by mail after moving, meaning those could have easily been just made up with an address. These are the type of things we're talking about here. Okay, now here's another important thing. The audit has been referred to the Arizona Attorney General for further action, meaning, and here's the other thing, they didn't discuss the routers because they haven't properly analyzed that yet. They just got the routers last week. But if you listen to the report, it says I mean, the audit report, I'm sure you can find it. They can't take it away that fast. I mean, go to RS, Right Side Broadcasting Network, they'll have it. But they said there was 1 million deleted files from the voting machine data. 1 million deleted files. Now, if you win, why would anyone delete the files? That doesn't make any sense. But they need the routers to see who deleted them and how that all went down and who had access. The other thing is they hadn't updated the security for the Dominion voting machines since they installed it in 2019. Okay. Wendy Rogers, Arizona State Senator, says, we have the screenshots of the people who were at the machines at the times the machines were tampered with. I can now predict that if the AG does his job properly, someone is going to jail. So that's a big deal. There were ports that allowed for remote access. Yes, that was also covered. So they said, oh, these machines weren't connected to the internet, but they obviously were, because they literally showed on TV yesterday in the report that remote access occurred and files were deleted. And I mean, were those votes that were deleted? Well, so there's still more coming down. Here's a little report that came out back in July of this year. And as far as I can tell, this all added up to basically part of the audit report that was presented. So let's take a look again. 2 petabytes of video collected from audit, discrepancies between what Maricopa said they sent and what auditors received. Thousands of duplicated ballots with no serial number. So they have to be thrown out. Auditors provably did not modify machines. Maricopa County refusing to turn over router data. Now that's been changed. They did hand over router data, but that was not on the report. The antivirus has not been updated since 2019. I said that. It would take your average script kiddie, meaning someone who just knows how to do your basic, anyone with any knowledge whatsoever could hack into these machines. And that's part of the mystery. Apparently the routers will show who remote accessed. But remember, they said in the beginning, there was no remote access. So you can't believe anything that they said. 37,000 blank password login attempts from only 8 possible accounts. Now, where were those 8 accounts located? That's the big question. All passwords the same for every account, entire duplicate batches of ballots. 168,000 ballots printed on election day. Anyhow, that was someone from the insider before the official report came out. And then last, you have a letter from the desk of Donald Trump saying, hey, here's 44,000 ballots that the left wants you to ignore, right? 23,000 mail-in ballots voted from prior address, meaning they didn't live there. There wasn't anyone at that address anymore. So the mail-in ballots came in from people that didn't live at that address. That's not supposed to happen, obviously. More ballots returned by voter than received. Voters that potentially voted in multiple counties. More duplicates than original ballots. So this is a cluster bomb of crazy. So one more thing I want to take you, I'm going to put this link. This is I'm going to share this real quick from a Rumble channel, and kind of explains the process of what happens next. Apparently there's a lot of other states that are going to come out with their audits real fast, real soon. And now it's up to the legislation or legislators of each state to take it into a criminal arena and to decertify. So check this out. Okay, this is the Gateway Pundit Rumble. I'll put the link in the comments, but check this out.
Because of the fight he's out of in Michigan. Matt, we're jammed for time today, but I got to ask you, you're all over this Arizona situation. Give us your assessment of Arizona And why didn't we get the copy, the version of the copy that was a little hotter? And then Ducey's already out saying Matt DePerno and these guys are crazy. We're not going to decertify this election. What say you, sir?
Well, what I say is what we see from the Arizona results yesterday, 23,344 mail-in ballots that were returned, that were sent to the wrong address, 17,000 double signatures, 57,000 ballots with serious issues. So our assessment of yesterday is there was massive fraud that was revealed. They must immediately decertify the Arizona election. And I wrote a memo to Wendy Rogers that deals specifically with this issue, stating that the 9th and 10th Amendment of the Constitution give powers to the state legislature. That state legislature has the power to decertify the election. And Wendy Rogers and the senators now, they have to take up this fight. They've been talking a lot about it, but they need to take up this fight and do what they've said they are going to do all along, which is have a vote on this issue, decertify this election. And why I think we got a watered down version is what I've heard from people within the inner circle in Arizona, is that there were threats made to the people writing the reports, that if they came out with the hotter report, the report that said the election should not be certified directly, that's the wording that was in that report. If they came out with that report, they'd be they'd have their indemnification removed by the state Senate. So that should be immediately investigated also.
Yes.
But you know, Ducey's report, or
Yep.
Ducey's comment. Ducey's comment of.
Yep.
No,
Go ahead.
Ducey's comment, Ducey's saying that they're not going to decertify the election. That's why we need strong leaders elected in these states. You know, this should be immediately referred to the Arizona Attorney General for criminal investigation.
Brnovich, yeah. Okay, real quickly. By the way, the reason Ducey said that, people say, it's the headline on Yahoo News everywhere, Ducey says, the reason, in Politico this morning, lead story thing, it's very simple. This guy in the first 2 hours of Rudy's presentation of witnesses at the Hyatt Hotel in Phoenix, which kind of started in Arizona, in the first 2 hours, he goes on state TV and CNN to mock everybody and certifies the election. Ducey's part of it. Brnovich, when you look for criminal intent, let's get to Ducey. What did he know? This guy, of course he's going to sit there and say they can't be uncertified. He sat there and signed it at the very beginning, and here's what the people...
Okay, anyway, I'll put the link in there for you in the comments so you can listen to more about that. They talk about Wisconsin's probably gonna be the next audit that's revealed. And Georgia's heating up. That's about to be dropped. Michigan, Pennsylvania is a little bit out of standstill, I guess. They got legal jargon holding up certain things. I have no idea. Point is come on. The mainstream news isn't saying anything about it, and yet we're not talking about. In fact, what they did say was, "Oh, the tally matches. Biden really won." Okay, so anyway, do your work or do your homework, but or check into it. My thing is to just. It's important that people know what the report was, because it's important. It's absolutely critical if we're ever going to have fair and secure elections ever, and have a constitutional republic ever, then there is no waiting for 2024, 2022. It happens now. Okay, thanks everyone. Have a good one. Over and out.